Manchester United were embarrassingly defeated at home against Nottingham Forest, and the United Twins need to speak about it.
Hey, ready up.
Good or bad, it's a must. Preparations keep pre-match leave a fuss. When the whistle blows, stipulations in the field like a wrestling match. Target, lock them up. Progress on the opposite, believe in divine time. 3H is my time. Load them up with a pinpoint aim. Just 2-man step for boots in the field is prime time. We are fit anywhere, specialist ballers. Touch every 4-4 corners. Open clear set piece with delivering trauma. It's like a TV drama, cover every genre. Hurrah sure for the next team. You say they're hot on Marga, left and right. 2 C's up top for the win. Us twins leave dust on the CB's armor.
Blessings everybody inside, including yourself, CM. Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3. A game where we never really established ourselves. A game where we conceded 2 early goals in both the first and second half. A game where in that very second half, some of the performances out there were diabolical. In and out of possession. Absolutely exposed for a lack of quality and creativity up front yet again, mixed in with costly and avoidable mistakes. Failing to deal with corner kicks led to Nikola Milenkovic's second minute free header, essentially where Lisandro didn't leap, was more engaged in a grounded physical battle that he didn't win, as the Serbian centre-back had an advantageous position over him. I believe we responded relatively well after that, pushing instantly for an equaliser and later finding it through Rasmus Højlund. In this instance, we were very patient in possession. You could hear the home crowd at times becoming frustrated as there didn't seem to be a lot of forward movement ahead. Now, I do believe at times we were a little too pragmatic on the ball still. However, in this moment, De Ligt was able to find Bruno Fernandes, who bounced the ball into Ugarte first time, who drove, played in Alejandro Garnacho from a central position. He gets a bit fortuitous because the first touch is heavy, just gets a toe in the head of Matt Sells as it rebounded straight to Højlund. That was an example of what you can do with quick movement, quick and efficient decision making, but we don't perform those actions enough or at a high level. Genuinely, I believe everything progressively got worse afterwards. Close calls, left, right, and centre should have acted as serious warnings if we didn't clean up our act.
Oh boy. The second half from start to finish may have been some of the most dire football I've watched in a while. Morgan Gibbs' white strike easily catching Andre Onana out with a swerve off the bounce. He committed to going right early and was caught slipping, and that stemmed from us giving away possession in a bad area. Bruno blindly flicking the ball around the corner to Leniolo with Callum Hudson-Odoi on hand to snatch the ball away. Seeing how we lacked composure after that conceded goal as well. I mean, misplaced passes and being left completely exposed in transition. We weren't able to sort out those issues either before Chris Wood, the man Cappy spoke about in our vibe check, doubled their lead. It was strange because as he headed the ball back across goal, it was as if time stalled and Lisandro, who was on the line, seemed to lose track of the ball and didn't even attempt to clear. Maybe he thought the ball was going wide, I don't know, but that was a crushing goal to concede. But well deserved for Nottingham Forest, have to give them credit. After that, it was a matter of trying to get back into the game desperately, trying to re-engage the fans who had lost spirit. Frustrated, Bruno pulled one back after combining with Amagiallo, beautifully whipped strike into the left corner of the net. A lot of the rest was huffing and puffing without blowing down any trees, much less houses. Forest maintained a solid shape, fought to protect that 1-goal lead. Yes, they were lucky at times, but ultimately we can only look at ourselves in a game where 3 points were dropped for the second game in a row, which confirms our lowest first divisional Premier League position after 15 games since 1986-87, and that's a damning indictment on current affairs and how this team will unfortunately continue to regress until valuable changes are made with time. Ruben Amorim will continue to defend a lot of these players. Rightly so. They are trying, he says. But sadly, there are some tins in the cupboard that are past the best before end date. And come the end of the season, perhaps, even more clarity will be ever present in those crucial evaluations.
Short and bitter, to be honest. I was about to say sweet, but ain't nothing sweet about a performance like that. There were some decent performers in the game, but at the end of the day, as a collective, we simply weren't good enough to compete against the Nottingham Forest side, who were hungrier after a difficult 4-game stretch. With that being said, there's a storm on the way, and its name's not Dara. Stay safe out there, 22s in the UK. 2 games coming up next against Victoria Pleasant away in the Europa League, and then the Manchester derby. 2 struggling teams in Manchester. What could possibly go wrong? I do want to say on a serious note, a special rest in peace to Kath, who had been at Manchester United for decades upon decades since 1968 in numerous roles, had touched many players and members of staff who, for whatever reason, had passed through the club or had been at the club, an embodiment of what this club has represented in the past and should represent culturally moving forwards. Rest in peace. If you've enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, 22s, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell to know when these videos drop brand new. Share to your friends and frenemies. And until the next time, we'll see you lots in a bit.
Be damned if a counterpart finds that courage. Check anywhere, specialist ballers. Goals get busting in your corner. Shoot in a pool like a box office movie. Warner and like be a keeper's face, we can't warn ya.